Yachty, I don't know if you think they're going to eventually look at you like Tyler, the Creator. They won't. They're not going to look at you like some eclectic artist that's about to like just transform shit.
I want you to know whether you're in a 360 or not. I want you to appreciate the culture that changed your life and took you from college dorm room eating fucking oodles.
I guess that's what's kept me on the Yachty train. Even when I didn't like him in the beginning, it seemed like as the years progressed, he just had vision.
Refuse to give me props when I am not around. Refuse to act like I ain't shift the sound, like I ain't push the culture.
They always are going to remember you as that whack rapper in their mind, not mine, their mind, from the SoundCloud era.
Lil Yachty throughout his whole career has always been the face of the new sound of hip-hop and always been looked at or written off as just another mumble rapper of his generation, never really getting the same acknowledgement or respect as some of his peers like Lil Uzi, Playboi Carti, or even 21 Savage, where they all like Yachty were looked down upon by traditional fans of hip-hop, but as time would go on, a lot of them would come around to give them the respect and props for evolving and changing their music while at the same time influencing the next generation, while Yachty was just seen as an afterthought or as time had passed on, just like the rest of his peers who had no staying power or were just looked at as a short-term gimmick rapper, where to a lot of fans' credit, he played into this, disrespecting hip-hop legends by calling Tupac and Biggie overrated and claiming that he couldn't even name 5 songs, even though he claimed at that time that he never really gave them a chance to listen to their music.
It's overrated.
He would become the poster boy for anti-lyrical rap. He would proclaim himself as an artist rather than being called a rapper, and he notoriously claimed that he didn't understand his own 360 deal, playing into the stigma that all SoundCloud and mumble rappers were dumb.
Are you in a 360?
I don't know.
No, don't tell me you don't know.
Yachty's early projects like Summer Songs 2, Little Boat 1 and 2, and Teenage Emotions were the epitome of his core sound. They were basically melodic trap lullabies with mediocre punchlines, with some songs being catchy and becoming SoundCloud hits, but for the most part, majority of them were just throwaways, with no cohesion or lackluster themes to any of these projects, struggling to his fans and even himself to really find his identity of the competitive rap culture, especially when you have people around this time like Lil Uzi dropping his Love Is Rage series and the Perfect Love Tape projects, XXXTentacion releasing his debut album 17, transitioning his career from a screamo SoundCloud rapper to a full-fledged diverse artist who wasn't afraid of taking a risk with the project, doing the whole 180 of the sound and the concept of the album, receiving commercial and critical praise by his fans and peers, and again would even top that on his next project, Question Mark. Kodak Black even took his music to the next level when he dropped Dying to Live, tapping into his poetic bag and showing his range of vulnerability in these tracks while at the same time maintaining a hit record, while Yachty struggled to do all the above. A lot of Yachty's critiques in his career at this point was, can he make a good album? Can he make an actual rap song? Can he keep up with his peers? Can he last in his generation?
Like I told you earlier, you are the poster child
Exactly.
for whack rappers. If they want to say somebody whack, they say you.
Whoa.
In late 2018, Lil Yachty would release his third studio album, Nothing to Prove. Ironically, sounded like there was a lot he wanted to prove on his project, but again was met with harsh criticism of the album and on a lot of the songs he tried to rap on. The album in its first week would only sell 40,000 copies, which was about 20,000 less than his last album, Little Boat 2, which came out earlier that year. But it still has some successful songs off the project like Get Drip featuring Playboi Carti and Yacht Club featuring Juice WRLD, but were only appealing to the people that were already fans of him, not necessarily his naysayers. Lil Yachty would take a break from music in 2019, only dropping a couple singles, and would come back in 2020 with his highly anticipated Little Boat 3 album, which he had been working on the whole year in 2019 and was recorded and submitted over 4 different times before he finally submitted it again. The album was meant for his core fans who liked the 2016 era of Yachty, bringing back a nostalgic feeling of that sound. The album would feature people like A$AP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, Lil Key, Young Thug, Lil Durk, Tierra Whack, DaBaby, Future, and Drake. break. The album critically will receive a lot of praise from fans of his, but commercially regressed from his last project, only selling 30,000 copies in the first week, with a single off the album Oprah's Bank Account featuring DaBaby and Drake, even with a music video, will only debut at 89 on the Billboard Hot 100s. And it seemed like at this point in Yachty's career, he was at the tip of the iceberg when it came to his relevancy in rap, while people like Lil Uzi, Trippie Redd, Playboi Carti, 21 Savage would all drop career-defining albums that would help cement their imprint in the rap genre, while at the same time doing amazing numbers. Uzi damn near did 400k with Eternal Will Take. 21 Savage would sell 170,000 with Savage Mode 2. NBA Youngboy was breaking the 100k barrier. Even Trippie did for his 4th installment of the A Love Letter to You series. Carti's Die Lit album was already seen as a classic, not only by fans but his peers. Hell, Juice WRLD's posthumous album was selling over 500,000, and he didn't blow up until a couple years after Yachty was already in the game. And it seemed like at this point that everybody was overshadowing Lil Yachty, while his career trajectory seemed to be going downward. Was this the official end of Yachty's career? Was the same reason he started popping and blown up would be the same reason he would fall off?
Did Lil Yachty fall off?
Lil Bo.
Already? What you think? You think he's already fallen off? Because when I think of Lil Yachty right now, I think of, man, shit's kind of old.
Yachty may not be the most talented rapper, the most skillful rapper, or even the best sounding rapper, but the perk he does have over most rappers is the relationships he's established, and the people he knows who to connect to, always having an ear out for the next wave. Starting all the way back to 2015 with Ian Connor, who was just some small time fashion blogger but really got put into the spotlight when he was featured in Kanye West's Yeezy Show, which would skyrocket his popularity in the fashion and hip hop culture. It would help put on the people he was cool with, including Lil Yachty, and that's how he really got his big break into the spotlight, through Ian Connor, who proclaimed himself as the leader of the youth, where at that time he definitely was. Through Ian, Yachty would establish a lot of relationships with people of the culture and plays a key part on why Yachty still tapped in still to this day in 2023. Whether it's the dominance of female rap today, the Detroit wave that became its own subgenre, him ushering a new sound, pushing the genre of rap forward, or of course him having a major influence and impression on Drake.
Drake?
While I'm not just crediting Yachty for this new wave of female rap right now is at its all-time peak, and it's dominating like never before, thanks to people like Cardi B, Coi Leray, Megan Thee Stallion, City Girls, Lotto, and Sexy Red, with them all having something in common, and that would be them sexualizing themselves in their songs. Forget that my man broke my heart, I'ma find another man to treat me better music. Now we got rappers saying that they'll just throw the kitty at you, as long as you buy them a Balenciaga bag, you got it. And this new trend of music really started to take off in 2018, around the time when City Girls will release a song called Act Up. Basically a city girl anthem lowballing and trashing any dude, and prioritizing money over your own body, while at the same time giving I can do this all by myself vibes, cementing this song as a summer smash, and igniting the chain reaction of more Act Up type songs, and influencing a new generation of the female rap wave who takes it a step further. But oddly enough, this song was written by Lil Yachty. I wrote the whole song except for JT's last verse, but everything that everyone is singing and all, I wrote the whole thing. The prominent rise of the Detroit and Flint, Michigan rap scene has really taken over the underground of hip-hop, curating a unique sound of offbeat, deliberate, swag-inspired comedic punchlines, putting their own twist into the genre, with sprawling acts like Babyface Ray, Peasy, Sada Baby, Rio, Babytron, BFB the Pac-Man, Ray Louie, and of course T Grizzly, whose song First Day Out really helped put this sound on the map. The subgenre will quickly get the attention of a lot of notable artists like Lil Baby, Trippie Redd, and even Lil Uzi, but none of them would become more bigger fans of the sound more than Lil Yachty, who just outright adapted and embraced the scene and would show a lot of these artists major love. Whether he would be chilling or vibing in the studio with them or at a gas station, chances are if you've seen Yachty around this time, you probably seen one of these artists with him too, and was on some of the biggest songs of this movement like Flint Tana and Run Down. Yachty would take things to the next level by making a whole album dedicated to the scene called Michigan Boybo, with it featuring all the prominent rappers from the wave, and really helped pushing these artists into the mainstream spotlight, cementing himself as one of the Fab Five of Michigan. After the release of the album, Yachty would go on a hiatus in 2022, not really being in the mix or in the conversation when it came to his music, and just really being low-key. Well, that was until his music late in the year started to get leaked, and on one of the songs it started to catch wind of the internet.
I took the walk to Poland.
The song Poland would achieve its virality on TikTok and Twitter, spawning various internet memes, and would have people like Drake, Steve Lacy, and Offset all sing along to the songs on their social media.
I took the walk to Poland.
The song is popular for Yachty's unique but catchy auto-tune vocal ability of the chorus, and was never planned to be released, but was more so just seen as a song that he was playing around with the song meaning Yachty's fictional journey to Poland while sipping Walk Hard cough syrup. The song would peak at 40 on the Billboard Hot 100s, being his highest charted song in nearly 5 years, and just like that, Yachty's unique sound was a talking point in music again. But this year in 2023 would be Yachty's magnum opus, evolving and doing a whole 180 on his sound and music reputation, starting off with his 5th studio album, Let's Start Here. Described as a psychedelic alternative rock album, Yachty's goal for this project was for it to be a non-rap album, taking his artistry to the next level, departing away from his signature trap style with live instrumentations. Forget any of the albums that I dropped before this one. I came into music at a time when rap was hardcore. It was real street, and a bunch of us kids came in with colorful hair and dressing different and basically said, "Move out the way, old folks, we on some other shit." I was young, I didn't really care, so I did things that may lead to people's assumptions that I was a mumble rapper or a SoundCloud kid, or I didn't appreciate the history of rap. It's clear as day that Yachty's impression on the music game today is way different than when he first came in and got introduced into the spotlight in the mainstream. Rather than being that ignorant person who always disrespect people older than him, he's no longer the youngest kid on the block no more. There's a whole new generation of SoundCloud and up-and-coming artists that's taking over the sound and the youth right now, while they're now looked at as the king of the teens and the leader of the youth. While for Yachty and a lot of his peers right now is either cemented as legends or people who fell from grace. And for a long time, Yachty struggled within himself to see which side of the spectrum he was on, cause he constantly felt like he always had to prove himself to people that didn't like his music, while at the same time sabotaging his fanbase that did. And at the end of the stick, he came out as the loser to his own fault. But later on realized if he keep making the music that his core fans love, while at the same time evolving and transforming his sound, people will come around and start liking his music again. And the people who started out hating Yachty will eventually love him, just like they did with Tyler the Creator.
Okay.
Yachty's 2023 run has been one for the ages, releasing some of the best singles of the year and being a key piece to some of Drake's projects, having production and writing credits on Drake and 21 Savage's Her Loss in 2022, and being heavily involved in Drake's most recent album For All the Dogs, having production and writing credits off of 5 tracks of the album, and them just being a key moment for hip-hop in general. And Drake will go on to say how much Yachty impacted this project. "I don't think this album is what it is if I don't get to run everything by you. If I don't sit in the studio and write with you and think with you, and if you don't send me beats, and if you don't tell me what you believe in or what you don't believe in. The realest stuff you could get is somebody that cares about you enough to tell you their real opinions." With the mixed reception for Drake's For All the Dogs album, it's probably his most controversial one yet, where some younger fans really love the project, while his older devoted fanbase that loved the Take Care era of Drake hated it. And it begs the question, is the sound of this project is due to Yachty's influence? Cause it would make perfect sense on why it sounds the way it does, catering to a younger demographic while lacking a theme. But y'all let me know down below, is Yachty shifting the sound in the culture or is just all talk? Cause if you ask him, he want his respect for shifting the sound in today's rap, and released a modern classic album like Tyler the Creator's Igor or Playboy Carti's Whole Lotta Red, where they all shifted the sound of the landscape of music. But that's about it on this topic. Be sure to leave a like on the video cause that would mean the world to me, and comment your opinions on how you feel about Yachty down below. Is this music good to you or even great, or is it mid or outright trash? Y'all let me know, and most importantly, did he shifted the culture? But be sure to like the video, comment, share, subscribe. Have a nice day.